Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. Good to see you, thanks for being with us. It's Friday, yes. The weekend is almost here. Who's ready for the weekend? This guy.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, there, two in the gallery, everybody. It's been a long old week. It's been a fun week, but it's been a long old week, hasn't it? But we are back to finish things off with two fantastic shows. Of course, a little bit later on tonight, we've got Friday Night Live, all the fun, all the frolics, all the games, all the galleries. But we are here for a brand new launch, and I'm super excited for this. This was the launch that was going to be with you on Wednesday, but we swapped things around. And let me just tell you, you guys are already loving this brand new Sheena launch. Loads of you have shopped for the collection on our website already. There is a showstopper option, which loads of you are also going for. And the brilliant thing to be shopping today, of course, is that you get double points as well. Double points right across today, right across the weekend, and into next week too. Don't forget, we're running it up until the end of play on the 1st of December. So you've got a week and a bit still to go to pick up all the new launches, pick up all of your craft room essentials, and get double points on everything. Lots of you already in. I will say a few hellos in just a few moments time, and do comment during the show, because the more you comment, the more chances you've got of winning. I have a prize, and I will tell you what that prize is and why we are giving away a prize in just a few moments time. But let's first talk about this brand new launch with the lady behind it. She is here. She's got through the snow to be with us today. It is the lovely Sheena with her brand new collection. How are you?
I'm fine. Cold, Ben.
Cold?
But fine, yes. It's a bit chilly out there.
You tended to get the snow down there this time down
It's
south,
weird, isn't
rather
it?
than up north, didn't you?
Everybody thinks that, you know, you're hard and Geordie, it's wild up north, but you know what? It's not Evesham where it's all happening. It's like, yeah, it was really snowy last week, but, well, no, this week. Yeah, it was
This week. Feels like last week.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for the rest of the show, does it? Then
No.
I don't know.
But there was no way that you were going to miss today, was there?
No way.
No.
There's no way. Yeah. I'm trying to think. My brain's going tick, 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 trying to think of a response, but it isn't getting there. So yeah, but you know, so still, yeah. So cheers, everybody. Cheers, guys. Cheers, gang, for doing the little switch and everything. And but we're here today.
Tell us about this brand new collection. So this is the double exposure.
Yes.
Wild nature. It looks, from the cards that you've got on your stand there, absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, aren't they gorgeous? This is just, these are Debbie's samples on here, just so you can see that. And they're the packaging samples. And you know what? They look phenomenal. I think they look great, but you know what? They're doable, they're achievable, Ben.
Wow.
Do you want me to show you what's in the set?
Yeah, let's have a quick look at this before we get going.
Well, let's show you the stencils to start off, because it's double exposure. You are going to have the shaped stencils. Now, they look a bit patches, that's just because you can see the glue sticking them at the board. But you've got the Howling Wolf there. Yeah, exactly. So, which is a great kind of like, I love that image. You know, wolves are so popular. And then you've got this one here, which is obviously the wolf head. But we were just saying, I was talking to Tracy, and it could be a dog, couldn't it? It could be if you're an animal lover. It could just be like a German Shepherd-y type.
It could be my Molly Collie, that.
It could be Molly Collie.
Yeah.
It could, not so much Willow. Willow's not looking her best at the minute, bless her. She's mid-haircut, yeah.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Mid-haircut.
She looks a little bit like a Muppet, but never mind. Yeah, a bit like Fraggle Rock, something from Fraggle Rock, actually.
Does she?
Which is even not as good as a Muppet.
No.
But never mind, we'll not go there.
Fraggle or a Muppet.
Yeah, but then we've got the flying owl, which I think is have you ever seen an owl flying at night? I
don't know if I have. I hear them most nights. We've got a little owl in our crescent where we live, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen one. It was spooky. It was just I happened to look out the street, the window, bedroom window this evening, and lit by the street lamp was an owl flying along down the street. It looked amazing. It looked absolutely fabulous. But yeah, so we've got the flying owl, which again is all, you know, nature. But the thing is, these images have to be open enough for something to happen in the middle of them as well.
Yeah.
And then we've got the hare here, which again is a really cool image. So those guys are going to be, what I love is I've done something like this before, that on a bigger scale that you loved and kept selling out. But it was much bigger scale. And what you didn't get the mask. And I love that we've given you the mask, because that gives you more options. You'll see, it makes it, opens even more play or possibilities with it. And then what you get is you get the stamps that fit in there. So what I've done is I've deconstructed a scene. So, what do we need in nature? We need a moon or a sun. And I've given this new style of shading around it that makes it look like you've got that halo around it.
Yeah.
And I just think it looks better than a solid circle. So you've got that there, and also with the clouds, I've got this broken cloud with a little bit of shading, a bit of contouring on that as well, because then clouds aren't just flat, you need that. Really nice, I love the font that we've used on this, with Just Breathe, lots of love, howl at the moon, every sunrise brings new hope, I'm always here for you. But then again, these gorgeous images, so you've got your distant images, you've got your foreground, and then you've got your midground. So that's the first set of stamps that you're going to get. And then you're going to get this second set here.
Look at that.
So you've got your trees. I love trees are just fabulous. You never tire of. I just matter how many trees I draw, you love them because they're just such a universal, gorgeous image. People just love trees. So we've got the different size trees for foreground and again midground and distance. We've got these fabulous grasses that are really right in front of your face, which are going to be, give it again perspective, and then a full scene here with this river and a bridge and stuff going on there. We've got
Incredible.
Be One with nature. All good things are wild and free. Aim for the moon and you are strong. And that's the set. It's such a versatile, fun set to play to kind of condense with because it makes it affordable. But when you see what you can make with it, then it's like, what?
That's incredible. That's like a piece of artwork.
You know what? The investment and the return for the impact on the wow factor on the finished samples with this collection,
Wow.
I think is fantastic because, it's not a full collection with stamps and stencils and all bells and whistles. It's quite minimal in the size of it, which makes it affordable. But look at how incredible these images are. My team again have just done a stunning job. Aren't these gorgeous? So what I've done is I've rotated images. You can see there, look, that is where we've got the negative used there. So you'll see how easy these are to use. And you don't have to be master colorist either, because the first one I'm going to do is just going to be a bit of inking. But look at that. That just is a piece of art, isn't it?
It is amazing.
Put that in a frame.
Yeah, I'd say buy a load of frames.
Put it in a frame. Thank you and good night.
How have you created that?
Well, I didn't.
How has that been created?
Julie did. Wait till you see. You literally. We're going to do it. Let's put that to one side because I could do kind of a mashup of a style. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my team's cards as inspiration.
Wow.
But you know me, I'm going to go off piece and I'm going to be just having fun and playing as we're going. But I look at how beautiful that is. Winter. What a gorgeous winter card. A different Christmas card that would be. Again, just the colours, change out the colours. But because we've got the mask, we can do different things with it. And I just think that is just so stunning. Again, on that Christmas, wintry, cool theme. Look at the flying owl there.
So spectacular.
And you know what? You don't have to fill all the card with colour. It looks better to leave that white negative space. Loving this as well. Look at this. You've got the two wolves there. So you've got the wolf and then you've got the spirit, the kind of in the sky kind of thing behind it. Possible with the mask.
So good.
Isn't it? They're just pieces of art. These are just works of art. So with this one, I think this one's Julie as well. Oh no, Pamela. What Pamela's done is she's used the mini stencil, the Howling Wolf stencil, and the larger stencil, combined them and just been very clever with them. There's so much, but we're going to keep it. We're going to start with it simple and basic, and it doesn't really get that much more complicated after that, but just keeps getting more wow. The more you change the colours up and play.
10% of the stock of the collection has already gone. That is how busy we are for this. I'll be surprised if this is still here later. In fact, I think it will be here today, gone tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
A few quick hellos, then I'll take you through how you can buy this. But we've got Jan on the socials this morning, already in PB Brewer Martin. Morning, afternoon, saying we're excited for this launch. It's finally here. Michelle Harris is in, Julie's in Ipswich. Laurie says, I can't wait to see the shows today. And Stephen joins us saying good afternoon to Ben and Sheena. Jay Pressey says good morning from a rainy Philadelphia. And Stephanie is in New Jersey. Sandra Peake joins us from Buffalo, New York. So looking forward to the day with Sheena. Mary Beth Dawes in Minnesota. Melanie D's excited. Christine Mahoney says, good morning, everyone. Purchased and waiting for the magic to begin. Thank you, Christine. This is, I think, right up your street, isn't it? Madge joins us on YouTube. Marsha Ernst in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Morning to Pat, who says, good morning. I have my Sheena collection and other items already ordered. I'm sitting back and having a hot cup of coffee whilst I watch Sheena work her magic. Thank you all for getting up so early on this frosty morning. Brenda's in Kentucky. Anne's joined us, saying there's snow outside, something between a coating and a dusting, you say. Marcia says, your team has created such fabulous samples. I mean, brilliant, right? I say most of those you just want to buy a frame for them, stick them on the wall. Sherry's in. Sherry Miller says, hello, lovely Sheena and Ben. Hello, crafters. And Catherine Gorton says, I'm so excited about this collection. It looks fantastic. Bundle already ordered. Lisa Ellis is in Florida. Crystal Hodges says it's a happy Sheena Friday. And Teresa Campbell in Illinois. If you want to go for just the collection, boom, there it is. Everything that Sheena just showed you, you are going to get. So you are going to be able to create the projects that Sheena showed you. 10% of the stock has already gone of the whole collection. And that's 10% of everything, not like show stock. We're talking a huge amount of you have already shopped for this. So get your skates on. You'll get double points with it, of course, as well. And you're making that saving straight off the bat. Brand new launch. We give you a saving. We give you your Club Inspired discount. We give you double points. And the thing is, we give you all of the inspiration with Sheena, which you're going to see over the course of this show. So there's so many reasons to jump in and buy this. If you want to get more bang for your buck, we do have a showstopper option available for you too, where you get all of the new goodies. 10% of the showstopper has gone as well. You're paying basically an extra £15 if you go for the showstopper, and we give you a whole host of extra goodies. £39 or $52 worth you should be paying for all of these, but you're paying £15 or $15. So you will get your blending tool with 2 spare heads. You are also going to get a set of your aqua markers. Hang on a minute.
Hello. What?
Where have my pens gone? I wonder where they could be.
I couldn't begin to think where they could have gone.
Pen thief. You'll get a box with pens in. I've just got an empty box. It is the aqua markers, the nature collection, which Sheena is going to demonstrate for you over the course of the show. And you'll get a bundle of our card as well. That is our bog standard card, 60 sheets of that. So that would cost you £39, £52 is 15 quid extra. So depends what you want to do, really. Both are popular. The showstopper's popular, as is the collection on its own. And I do believe if you do want to just buy individuals, you can also do that too. But bear in mind, you know, you've got the stencils and the masks. You'll definitely, if you're just buying one, you'll definitely want to buy one of the stamp sets as well to get the very best out of this set. Questions and comments, please. And if you do question or comment, I can quickly tell you that you will or could win yourself these 2 goodies from the kitchen collection. We've got the Mix and Measure stamp and die set, and then the My Kitchen, My Rules. We're doing this because on Sunday, it is Stir Up Sunday, which is apparently the day where traditionally everyone's supposed to make their Christmas puddings. So chat to us if you are stirring it up this Sunday, what you put in your Christmas pud, or I don't know, just generally give us some chit chat. Any secret tips or secret ingredients we should be adding into our Christmas puddings this year to make the best? Comment away, ask a question, and that could be yours at the end of the show. Hello, Carol Byrne in a very cold Dublin. Hello to Sherlan Telsford in San Antonio. Hello, Lily in just down the corridor saying hello, Ben and Sheena and everyone. I'm watching. I'm excited to see Sheena's demos. I love this collection. Selena says, hi from Leicester. Fantastic cards and love the look of this collection. Tess Hankey joins us on this Friday morning. And Whitney O'Toole says, good morning. I'm still over the moon that you pulled the unicorn collection forward just for me. Of course we did. But this launch is worth the wait. I just love Sheena's work. Well, let's put Sheena to work. Get all of the inspiration that we need. Where are we going to start?
We're going to start with the wolf. It's the wolf. It's the wolf. So, you've got a choice with the wolf, and in each pack of stencils you've got two images, and they're just nicely sized. They're big enough to put stuff in them, but they're not too big that they won't fit on a regular card size.
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to use this guy here. So I'm going to put him back in the box. So as Ben said, it is a it is part of a system. So if you buy the stencils, you're going to want the stamps kind
Exactly
of thing.
right, yeah.
So, you know, if you can go for the you know, the collection today.
It's nicely priced, isn't it? £32 platinum is a great price.
That is such a good, yeah, I mean, brilliant. Well done, guys. So what I need to do is I've got some card now. The multi-purpose card's fine, or watercolour card. Obviously the best card for what you're going to use, and I'm going to use predominantly water reactive ink pads, because that's the quickest way and the most effective way, the cleanest way, the easiest way to get a quick, incredible result with this system. So that's what I would say. The pens are great, we can come bring them in as well later, but this is where you're going to really get the benefit of your investment with your water reactives. You could use your others as well, any of your other ones, your duets or whatever. So what I need to do is decide, because it's a stencil, obviously he can look right or he can look left.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to have him looking that way this time. So I need a way of sticking that onto there, and the best way, we've got it all, stick and spray.
Stick and spray.
So I'm going to take that, I've got a bit of paper there. Now the thing is, what you want to do, you don't want to spray loads of this on here. No. I'm going to just lift this up a bit here, and you want to let the carrier evaporate a little bit. So that's all, I'm not going to put any more than that on there.
A light waft.
Like, sorry?
A light waft.
A light, exactly. A dusting. Think of like a dusting of snow.
Yeah.
So this guy is going to be facing that way as well. So I may as well spray this, because I will need him as well in a minute. So I may as well spray this at the same time, and then we are good. And also a little bit of stick away, because, you know, if you want to reverse your stencils, you're going to get the sticky build up with that. So just be aware that, you know, stick away would be a good thing to invest in if you're going to get that as well. So we're going to pop that there. That's going to be my little spray thing for later. Give this a little waft, because you want that carrier to disappear, and you don't want loads on there, because you don't want to leave a residue if you can help it. Now you can see I've kind of given him like a finite edge. He looks like he needs to fit in a corner, doesn't he?
Yeah. And
that's how he's been designed. So you can do him like this and like that, but to my mind he looks good to follow the lines of your corner of your card. So I'm going to pop him there like that, and that should be just fine and dandy to secure him nicely around the edge so that we can start playing. That's the first thing. Put your stencil down. Then, if you are confident with your rocker blocks, you can just go ahead and rocker block it.
Yeah.
But if you, whatever stamping system you use, just go for it, okay? But I'm going to use this fabulous new one here because I can. And then we're going to choose the stamps we're going to stamp into here. So
just to say to Anne, the complete collection is everything. It does include the stamps. It's everything that you need, the complete collection.
Yeah, you get all the stencils, you get all the stamps. Because the point being, you're not just going to stick to that set or that set. You're going to take a bit from that one, you're going to take one from that one, you're going to mix and match.
So you've allowed us to build the scenes, haven't you, with this set?
Absolutely building the scene. That's exactly what you're going to be doing. So what I'm doing is I'm using the kind of like the components in this are quite similar. So what we need is I do want this mountain range.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that and I'm going to pop that about there on my card. It's up to you where you want to place it, but kind of try and have it so that it's not stopping in the middle of your image. Yeah. Try and get it so that it fits across. If you do have a little bit where it's stopped a little bit short of where you wanted it, you can always fix that. We can do that with a little bit of your art liners, and that's an easy fix. So that's the first thing. We're going to stamp that guy there. Now, the colour that you're going to use is up to you. I'm going to use, let's use Pebble. I usually use Flagstone, but let's use Pebble. We don't want a really dark ink for this, because the thing is, when things go back in the distance, they also they get lighter. Okay.
Hey, Sheena.
So,
20% of the stock's gone.
20.
Yeah.
What?
Hurry up, quick!
I'm going to have to stamp and talk less, stamp more.
Yeah.
What?
It's flying out. They're loving it.
What?
You've not even done anything yet.
I've done nothing. This is easy as an easy gig, this, isn't it? Just there you go. Do you want it? Okay, I'm off home now.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
Lovely. There you are. So I've got those stamped there. Now, what I was saying is, if you've got a little bit where it hasn't quite reached, just use your art liner and just do a little scribble like that. And even though that's a light a brown I've used there, you know what, you will not even know, you'll not even see it when you get it all put together. That's
definitely a tip I picked up from you, just get the art liner. It's your best friend, isn't it?
Yeah, that's such a good addition. You know, you think, well, I don't draw, so what do I need them for? You do if you're a stamper, because
Yeah.
there's always bits that you think, oh, I need to fill that little bit in there, I need to put that there. So now we're going to put a moon on here. So it's your choice how big you want the moon to be. Do you want one about that big, or do you want a bigger moon? It's entirely your call. If you want to go for more drama, you could go with the bigger moon. And no, also you can put it partly off there as well. It doesn't have to, and you don't have to stamp all those little bits around the outside. Let's go for the big moon. Let's do that. And these are photopolymer as well, I should mention.
Oh,
so these
so
are
top quality.
Top quality, absolutely. So we'll pop that there. I'm going to use my repositioner again, repositionable platform. I think this is genius, this platform, that you don't need to use magnets or anything.
Oh,
cool.
So many people have said what a difference it is that you've got the sticky base, haven't you?
So much better. So what I'm doing here, Ben, is I'm gently catching just the centre of that, because sometimes you're going to want those little dots to expand further than others, but that should just be enough to give me the circle. And the good thing again is, if you need to go a little bit heavier, you can. So now we've got that circle there to follow for that. See how we're just building it up? Let's put a cloud or two in there.
Okay.
I've looked at clouds from both sides now, Ben.
Hey?
That's the song reference there.
Oh, didn't get that one.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, right in, if you get that cloud, that reference. Yeah.
I've looked at clouds from both sides now.
Yeah, from Win and Lose, and still somehow it's Clouds Illusions, I recall.
Oh, no.
Had you not know it?
No.
Oh, Ben.
Finally.
It is. I've finally got him. I've finally
got me.
Okay, right
After
in. Let
2
me know
years,
if you know
however
who
long
it
it's
is.
been.
Come on. Come on. Yes. I knew I'd get him eventually. All right. Woohoo. Write this date and time down, guys.
Yeah, exactly. 12/21, the 22nd of November, 2024.
If the rest of my day goes upside down, it's still a winner.
Yeah.
So I've got a cloud in there. I could put another little bit of a cloud in, just moving it around a bit if I want, a little bit, just to catch it a little bit further up. Maybe, let's use a bigger cloud and use just part of it. Now it looks really weird. It does look strange until you start to get going with the rest of the process. So don't think, abort, it's danger. It's all good, it's all good. We'll pop that one there.
So again, it gives you a chance to play, doesn't it? Because it is a little bit hard to see, but you're obviously stamping slightly onto the card, so but then some of it is not going to be seen, isn't it?
It's not going to be seen, no. So you see all this messy stuff everywhere and all these weird bits and pieces, but just be patient, just it's good.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what they were talking about on the radio on the way down yesterday?
What were they talking about?
Fuzzy felt.
Fuzzy felt?
Fuzzy felt. How many times do we talk about fuzzy felt on
All
the
the
show?
time.
Absolutely.
One of my favourite things as a kid, fuzzy felt.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was it, National Fuzzy Felt Day or something?
Well, there you go. And you know, the thing is this is very much like that. To me, my mind it is. It just reminds me of that, of fuzzy felt.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because it's little bits and pieces to make a scene, which is what I did as a kid, So what I'm going to do now...
You made a scene as a kid.
Made a scene. I'm always
making a scene.
Oh, the scenes I've created, Ben. Oh, anyone who knows me is like... All right, so I'll pop... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line of trees here. Now, you can always keep adding. Now, what I could do, if I wanted, is I could use black for these ones and bring them even more to the fore. But I'm going to still use that same colour because I might want to go a little bit more dramatic with some more bit later on. So I'm just giving it a kind of a line of trees, even if I don't get the trunks here. And I'm just going to... you see, I didn't move that. What am I like? I'm used to just using my rocker block and then thinking about moving it later, but let's put that...
And the great thing about the stamps, obviously, you have made them in different perspectives, haven't you? So it makes it nice and easy to do your foreground, your background, your midground.
Definitely. And the thing is you don't have to use them in that way either, because these ones are kind of mid-ground, but I've brought them more foreground and just used the tops of them. Yeah. So it gives a suggestion of taller trees further towards you, right? Yeah. So I'm hoping this doesn't look too complicated. It doesn't look complicated, does it, Ben? It looks straightforward. We can do this.
No, it doesn't look complicated. Yeah. I think this is one of those sets, again, that I think if you are a confident, experienced crafter, you'll know exactly what you want to do when you get these back. But, if you're not, I think it's a case of, as you always say, just have a bit of a play, isn't it?
Have a play.
And maybe pop the stamps down before you commit to the ink as well.
Absolutely. What I would say, get your phone ready as well and take a picture.
Yeah.
And also notice how rubbish that looks right now.
Yes.
So when you're at home and you go, nope, yeah, Douglas's look better than that, it doesn't. It looks tragic. And that's fine, because hopefully,
What's
if it
she
looks
done
tragic
here,
when
like?
we're finished, then you might have words. But so far, it's as it should be. Now, what I'm going to do is this thing here is a great little aid to cleaning around the outside, because you know all those bits on that stencil?
Yeah.
I want to get rid of all that ink before I start inking colour in there. So if I pop that in there, just fit it in best I can, like that, it fits perfectly, and then get a piece of paper and wipe all this off there. Oh no, I've used a permanent ink, so that might need a little bit of some encouragement to come off there.
Yeah.
But I really just want the excess ink, because I don't want to blend dirty brown ink into my pretty scene that we're going to create now.
Yeah.
So we've got that there. You know what, you could leave it on this platform as well, because you might
why
want
not?
to come back and do a little bit more stamping.
Yeah.
It's up to you, but we'll take it off there.
Sheena,
Yeah.
a quarter of the stock of the collection's gone in 25 minutes.
We've never had this, have we? This early.
It's so
In
busy.
for a
20% of
collection.
the showstopper, 25% of the collection. If it keeps going at this rate, we'll be finished at 20 to 1.
Oh, come on, I'll be off back driving to Evesham.
Sheena wants to get back early because there's snow coming.
Absolutely,
so if you
that
can,
was
keep
mission
buying.
anyway, wasn't it? But yeah, I wasn't intending to go quite this soon, guys, but you know, fair enough. No, I've just thought what I needed. I need to put a call out, calling Tracy.
Oh, God,
Come in,
Tracy.
Oh, broadsword to Danny boy. Yeah. Are you receiving me?
She's receiving you. Over.
Thank you, Tracy. Tracy got the message. I need a black water reactive, Tracy, please. Either black is great, thank you.
She's off.
Tracy's used to me now, you see. It's like, here we go again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the colours to a minimum. We'll use a bit of midnight, and we'll use a bit of, let's use a bit of Damson wine.
And what type of ink pads are these again? Sorry, water reactive?
These are water reactive,
Okay.
yeah. So I think let's do a little bit of purpley, pinky colour in the mountains first. So I'm just going to take my ink pad and I'm going to go across like this, the whole thing like that.
Okay.
Like this. Thank you very much. Oh, I picked up a splodge of purple there from something. But
It works.
Bothered. I ain't bothered.
Nah.
Look, it doesn't matter. It's
Bothered?
good.
Me?
Ain't bothered.
Ain't bothered, mate.
So that'll do there. That's lovely. Then, thank you, Tracy.
Here she comes to save the day. You know that Tracy is on the way. She's
It's
shaking
like
her head
you
at
can
me.
make a musical for anything these days, can't you? We were talking about that. Yeah. So what I'm doing, Ben, is I'm just squishing down to make sure I've got the edges of this guy covered where I want it to be. Now, the moon, I am obviously not one to colour that because I'm going to faux bleach him out. But can you see how quickly this is coming together?
I know this is still miles away of what you want, but already it looks amazing. Like you can see how this is just going to look absolutely stunning already.
Yeah, it's that easy. 2 ink pads so far, and I'm going to use a little bit of that black and at the base.
Any tips on your colour choices as well? How do people sort of choose
look on the internet, look at some nice colours, look at pictures you like the colours of, and just capture them. That's the best thing to do. Look at paintings or fabrics you've got that you like the colour of, and because that's, and then just pick out. Don't go too many colours because it can get a bit, a bit messy. That's when you come into trouble. So limit your colour palette. And then just go for it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to go a little bit darker at the top with these ears, so make it a bit darker and more dramatic at the top here. And then I'm going to do the same at the base, like this.
Sounds silly. It sounds simple, but that is a really great shout. Like have an image, or like you say, have a reference that you can look at if you're a bit worried about colours. But and less, like you say, less colours is more, isn't it? I think
absolutely,
sometimes.
Ben. Absolutely. So now we want a piece of kitchen paper, and I'm going to start taking some colour out of this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need my water. Oh, I've got things rolling all over the desk here. Not like me to be messy.
I've never seen you be messy in the whole time I've known you.
Never, ever.
No.
So
One of the tidiest crafters I know.
Oh. I tell you what, I just like people, who... I'm sure people who don't craft, like, look at crafters and think, I couldn't work like that. And then crafters are going, right, stop it now because I'm going to hurt you, because like you can't work tidy, because
No.
I don't know what you're like, but when I'm on a kind of a creative streak,
Yeah.
it's like it has to happen now and I want everything out, or it like, yeah.
For anyone who's seen the shows that I've done, or where I've done like a craft wars or a craft along, I start off with the intention of trying to be neat, but it just goes to pot.
Absolutely.
And I think half the fun is making a mess, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If you're
It
worried
allows
about
you-
keeping everything clean and tidy whilst you're crafting, you're not going to enjoy the experience, are you?
Nah, this life's too short.
Worry about that later.
I'll tidy up.
Yeah.
We've got too much order, too much rigidity in my life sometimes.
That's
Let's just,
it.
you know, just chillax. Okay.
So you're just bleaching out a little bit here,
Just
then, are you?
bleaching out a little bit, Ben. So I'm taking out some colour out the clouds.
Yeah.
I'm going to take out colour from these mountains as well.
Yeah.
So just water. But what I would say is be careful when you get to the edge, because this stencil is a great barrier for a dry application, like stenciling always is, you know.
Yeah.
But a wet ink will always kind of bleed underneath a stencil, unless it's a watertight seal. And this isn't a watertight seal. It's obviously stick away, but you haven't, sorry, stick and spray,
yeah.
but it's not, you know, bonded to the edge.
Okay.
So just be careful of that when you're bleaching, pour bleaching the colour out. I'm going to make this a little bit lighter under this moon here in the lake. So it's just what we normally do now, yeah, like that. And then I think what we'll do is, I think we might do the rest once we remove this. Are we ready for the reveal?
I cannot wait for this. Do it now. Oh, come on. Round of applause. I absolutely love that.
How easy was that?
It's so good.
And then what you can do is, then it's up to you. I've caught this is what not to do. Just mask if you've got your cord, if you've trimmed it to size.
Yeah.
Just be careful and put a little bit more tape. What I should have done is taped a little bit of
Right, okay.
the low
Just a bit
tack tape.
seeped under.
But then you can have a little bit play, and you can add a little bit of that black soot and make it a little bit. So that's the quick easy. That looks amazing.
It
then.
looks amazing.
You can just leave that like that and
Yeah.
go, right, that's a great card. And if you're in a hurry,
Matte and layer
well done.
on a card.
thank you and good night, absolutely. Then if you want to make it a little bit more fancy, like Julie's taking a little bit further with the shading,
Okay.
get dramatic and get a bit of black in there, but get a bit of contouring on these hills and these mountains if you want.
So here again, you're just following the lines of the stamp,
Just
aren't
following
you?
the lines. And I've got shading in there. You'll see I've got some hatching, which is like lines that are close together.
Yeah.
That gives you an idea of where you can put a bit shading. Now, obviously, you haven't got the mask to protect the edges now because we took that away.
Right, yeah.
So just be aware of that when you're painting. So a little bit more care there.
And what number brush are you using here
You know
again?
what? I'm using this number 10.
Oh, 10
The
this
thing is,
time.
these brushes are so good that you don't need to use a teeny little thing to
Yeah.
get a good because they come to a point really well. So you've got that, you know, that control, and you don't have to. The benefit of using the biggest brush you can is you don't have to keep adding, dipping into the paint or the water to pick more up. It holds a lot.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to add a little bit of gouache to this.
Okay. So talk us about gouache again for
So
people who don't know
gouache
what this is.
It's a water-based paint, kind of like a posh poster paint we use when we were
okay,
kids.
yeah.
It's like the artist version's got more pigment in it. It's a bit finer ground. It's just better quality all around. But it's like an opaque watercolour. So
Right.
where watercolour is, you depend on the colour of the white card to
Yeah.
lighten the paint. And so you have to use white card. With gouache, you can use a tinted card and it'll paint one colour on top of the other. So you can see that's what I'm just lightening this moon, and then you can put a halo where those little dots are, just to give it that little kind of glow around there if you want to take it a little bit further. But try and keep it
Oh,
like
wow.
circular if you can, like that.
Circular.
Circular.
Sound like Pamela's there.
Yeah, or you paint a little current for you to do. So yeah, so we'll put the little.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we haven't done many shows, Johnny, have we? You and I with Sheena. Oh, you get the whole shebang here. It's like a full-on like cabaret. You get impressions, songs.
Yeah, that's just me in ordinary life. That just is. That's just like, yeah. There's a song for everything.
Exactly.
Johnny.
Yeah.
And usually an impression and a reference somewhere. That's all
Sheena's
that's
inner
me.
monologue just keeps coming out, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have no inner monologue. I'm like creature from Harry Potter. You know, there is no filter. Yeah.
Just whilst we're watching with the guys, no wonder this is flying. 25% of the Showstopper's now gone as well. So Showstopper and the collection neck and neck. Beautiful collection, says Mandy and Evesham. I can only hope, says Stephanie, I can do this collection justice having a play. Listen, you will, definitely you will, because you've got all the tools to be able to do it. And obviously save this show, then you can obviously recreate what Sheena is doing. Charlotte's got her order in. She says, I can't resist anything Sheena. Sarah says, purchase this collection, the outline stamps and dies and the washi vellum, now to relax and watch Sheena. Kathy Green in Mechanicsburg, whoop, whoop, says, I've got the entire collection. It's gorgeous. Can't wait to play. Carol Garwood Beard says, I'm so excited about this collection. I've ordered it and now I can just watch. Thea's bought the collection. Crystal Hodges has bought the collection. And thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Wanda says, you have trained me. Eyes popped open at 4:01 a.m. I've got the Sheena collection and the unicorn on its way. What a way to start the day. I'm going to stay in bed though. And Tin C says, Sheena is an amazing artist. I have lots of her stamps and she explains everything so well. I think that's the brilliant thing about having Sheena in, is obviously she is an absolute expert and a legend in her field, but you do, I think, explain things very well and make it very achievable for everybody.
Thank you. That's what the feedback I get. You know, you just do what you do. I think, you know, the fact that I used to train in like a business kind of environment, you know, training soft skills and skills for you people in like a mobile phone, big mobile phone company.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I know what I'm like learning things. I know that if I'm given just a stuff to memorise without any meaning or anything, I won't memorise it. It'll go in my short-term memory, which for me is extremely short-term.
Yeah.
Fall out my head. Whereas if someone explains why, and I make the connections myself,
yeah,
it sticks. So that's what I try to do with it, and explain why we're doing that. So what I've done is I've used that gouache to give that light on the edge of the mountains and used kind of what we call a dry brush technique. So now what we've got, can you see these trees in the foreground look a little bit paler?
Yeah.
This wasn't going to be as involved, but actually the reason it served its purpose because it showed you how you can do a quick carve that looks great with just inking and a little bit of faux bleaching. But now we can take it further, and if you want to go and to put this mask back over there, you can do that. You can position it, Ben, and then we can actually stamp those trees. You know when I said about the black in the foreground, I think it would look good black, the trees in the foreground.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, like in retrospect, think, right, I want a nice, good black kind of images there. Let's use the rocker block. Let's go for speed, and let's try a rocker block. Thing. Now this could be like very bad, but just remember that it looks halfway good now, because pretty soon it could look terrible.
Remember this moment.
Absolutely, remember that. Capture it in your head. Make a mental picture of the good times. So what I'm going to do is I've got the black. I need, here it is. That's the one I'm looking for.
We're so busy for this collection, Sheena. I think safe to say you have knocked this out of the park here. We're approaching 30% now of the complete collection on its own. Over a quarter of the stock of the Showstoppers gone. I can see your questions coming in, guys, as well. And after this demo, maybe when we come back after a short break in just a little while, we'll do some questions. We'll give you opportunity to check out. Hi, Pam Craven, who's back saying, whoopee, finally here in time before I go away. And my birthday packages are now on their way too. 7 more stops for my crystal powders. Lovely to have you with us, Pam. The warehouse boys and girls working very hard to get your packages out. And thanks for all the love coming through. There's a lot of love for this collection, Sheena.
Thank you.
Coming through.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So can you see now that looks better with those darker trees? You can see them better in the foreground. Yeah. So then I'm going to take that off there like this. Yeah. And then you can pop a little bit of a white highlight on these trees if you want. I've got the pen here, so I'm just going to take... Now,
you've read my mind here, because Pat was just saying if you don't have that gouache, could you fill it in with the white pen?
Absolutely can, The white pens are fabulous. Oh, not like that, though. No, that was what I did not want to happen. So that's where you've got to be careful with your white pen when you first use it. Just make sure that you take off any excess paint if you reactivate. If you haven't used it for a little while, just make sure that it's running a little bit less gloopy. Which this isn't, unfortunately, but it's because it hasn't been used for a little bit. Okay. So just be aware of that. But you know, we can still make it look halfway good by just, what you can do is if you're quick, like I was with the brush, is you can actually, lighten it and take some little bits out of that with your paintbrush. If it's looking a little bit too harsh and too stark, you can just quickly, or blot it with a towel even, take some excess off. But that there, now, what you can, looks fine, but I may as well show you that and then have a clear up and have a little break.
Yeah.
So the next thing, because of the addition of having this mask, you can pop the mask on there. I'm wondering if this is sticky enough. I may need to put a little bit more sticky on it, but we'll see. You can pop the mask on there. Yeah, I'm going to put a little bit more sticky. Bear with. Talk amongst yourselves. Nothing to see. Right.
A little bit of spray.
I've just reactivated that there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just again, make sure that, especially when you're putting it over your nice pretty painting you've just done, can I just note how quick this was as well?
Oh, yeah.
Notice how quick this has come together with
Absolutely.
that. So you could put these in frames. I mean, you could seriously, frame these guys up. So what I'm going to do, now we've got the mask, which I haven't had before with the system that I've had in the past. We can take things like these grasses.
Okay.
All right, and you can pop some grasses in and around this wolf, like this. And then just have them so that, I'm just going to ink these bits up here. They come in from behind this guy. In fact, no, I want that a little bit further over. And just have a little bit, I'm just going to try and ink this bit here. Like, I think it's Pamela's original card. So I'm going to position this. Oh, it's lifted, look at that. Oh, and that's come off as well. What was going so well?
It was going so well, Sheena.
Oh, Ben. Right, okay, we're not going to use that. We're going to use the rocker block. I'm going to just go for it, okay?
Okay.
Right, rocker block it.
I feel like you're a queen of the rocker block, Sheena,
Well,
so you'll be all right.
What? Again, what I would say is remember how the pretty picture is. Because it might not be a pretty picture for much longer.
I love that. Remember it as it was.
I just want to show you what is an option, okay? So now I need to carefully just ink where I want this to be inked, and it's just these bits here with black.
Joanne Madigan's bought the showstopper. Dawn has bought the showstopper. What an amazing card. And Judy Palmer, I love your comment. This woman, just wow, you say. 30% of the showstopper gone now. This is so busy, and I am not surprised at all. All right, here we go.
Wish me luck. I'm going in, and I'm pressing down quite hard.
Oh.
Yay!
Hey.
Woo! All of that just to show you that you could do that as well. So you can have things coming behind the wolf and outside the thing and
build it up.
Considering we've just done that there together in real time, the background's just been created with the same colours on the card, blended out. Don't blend the whole thing because you're going to cover the middle. Just do the edges. So blue, purple with your blending tool, drop a bit of water on, blot it up, full bleach, pop this guy in the middle. Thank you very much. Boom, just like that. And it was a kind of a mashup of the two cards. So, and you can see just how those different applications, slightly different colours, and just different people's styles, how they look both gorgeous, but both just a little bit different, and it's using the same components. So, yours are going to look unique to you.
Are you not impressed? Are you not impressed? Absolutely beautiful, says Amanda Davidson. Oh my, says Olga Vasquez. Absolutely amazing. The magic is happening, says Stephanie Theodos. Woo-hoo. Whoop whoop, says PB Brewer Martin. Just ordered this amazingly beautiful Sheena collection. So versatile. And thank you, Sheena. And this again is the brilliant thing why we're so good here. We've got, the very best in the business, and you buy the product at an amazing price, then you get all of the information and ideas and inspiration for free. Like, Sheena, one of the very, very best, and she's just giving you all of the hints and tips and ideas for free, which is amazing, isn't it? And I think that's why you buy from us, because if you saw a collection like this in a shop, on a shop, you might buy it, but then you get it home, you're like, oh no, what am I going to do? you've got all of these projects, all of these ideas from Sheena to recreate when you get this home. Wanda says, never in a million years would I have thought I could achieve something like this with a stencil, a stamp and the ink pad, but now I know I can. Thank you also to Shelley, who says it's snowy in Indiana, so I'm watching from my warm bed with my kitty. Aww, this is awesome, Sheena. Good morning, Ben. Good morning. Catherine Gorton says, I love the wolf. The wolves are my favourite animals. I was lucky enough to see them in the wild in Yellowstone. Wow, says Tim C. Stunning. And Erica Johnson says, hello from a cold central Florida. Sheena, you have outdone yourself with this beautiful collection and showing us how to use everything you are giving us. So thank you. Hi to Jeffrey, who's joined us, and Joe, who's bought the collection too. We've got some questions. I'll do those with Sheena in just a little while, but I want to give you the opportunity to get the full collection. So the collection, the details on the screen now, is everything that Sheena is using. So all of the different stamps that you're going to get to use in conjunction with your masks and stencils, you get all of them, of course. So we've obviously seen the wolf, but you've got the owl in there, you've got that beautiful, absolutely stunning hair, and much more. So all of that is included within the bundle, all the stamps, all the stencils and masks. £32, which is a brilliant price if you're platinum. $38.40. Remember, that is also your price if you're shopping with us for the first time today and you join Club Inspire for free, and you'll get double points. Those show-stopping are also going to receive all of these goodies too. So you pay an extra £15 for the showstopper. However, you're going to get all of these goodies, which is the equivalent of £39 or $52. So you get cardstock. That is our standard card, 60 sheets of that. We're going to give you the pens from the Aqua collection. That is the nature set. So those are your watercolor pens. Dual-ended, of course, that beautiful Japanese brush nib. And then the other end, you've got that fine tip marker, tip nib, I should say. And then you've also got your blender there as well, your square blending tool. It's a rectangle, which comes with the replacement heads as well. £44 or $58.40 is your platinum price on that. And if you do want to go individually, you can. But as I said earlier on, you know, if you're thinking about just getting stencils and the masks, make sure you get some of the stamps as well, because it's a system that's basically meant to work together. So just have a little bit of a think if you are shopping individually. We're having a break. I can't believe we're 45 minutes into the show. Keep checking it out. Get the deals that you want. When we come back, I'll fire your questions at Sheena and we'll get ready for some more inspiration. We'll see you in a mo.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Home and make the tea.
Day to day looks like on a normal day when I'm working from home. Get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me, and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts, and then grab me tea.
Welcome back. Thank you for checking out, everybody. Very, very busy. Over 30% of the showstopper has now gone, and very busy for the collection on its own. So take your pick. A few questions, and then we're going to get onto another little demo as well. Thank you, Karen, who says, I love the collection. Oh, so tempted, you say. Let us know if you don't manage to resist or about that temptation. Evelyn Boyd says, I've just joined. What did I miss? Well, you've missed an amazing project first up, but you can always go back and watch it. Good morning, Ben and Sheena, and to my crafty friends. I know it was something great. Questions-wise then, Sheena, so Altja is wondering whether or not she can use the invisible ink pad with this.
Yes, definitely. The invisible ink pad, fabulous, because what you'll end up with, just something that looks like a watercolour.
Yeah.
And then what I would do is I would use your invisible ink pad, ink it up with a dry ink,
Yeah.
like we just did. Hopefully, you might still be able to see, depends how thick you apply the ink, whether you'll still see that invisible ink pad. Because remember, with that, you're going to want to use a wet kind of application at some point with a. If you can still see it using the dry application with your blending tool, great. And then go over it with ink, just the bits that you want with your art liner.
Yeah.
If you want to do a little bit more detail in it, but just be aware that if you're using a wet application, you can use the ink, the blending tool to get your shape. But if you're then painting, you need to be really careful when you get to the edge of the stencil, because it will seep under the stencil or wet.
Tim C's asking, if you use permanent ink and get it onto that stamping mat, what is the best thing to use to get it off?
Well, we have a selection, a plethora of options here, right? What we can use. And so being who we are and what we do, and because we're here for you, I tried stick away on the one that I just did, and it didn't take it off completely. Stick away is fantastic, so getting the glue off things, but not that ink. So I thought, oh no, but you know what was perfect? Bit of the old hand sanitizer.
Oh, okay. Took
it off straight away. So we'll do that on air to let you see. Next time we get this all inky and messy, I'll actually we'll clean that before a live studio audience.
Pat says, did Sheila spray the mask before she put it on her picture?
I did, and I've just done that. So what I've used is some stick and spray. So I would definitely pop this into your basket if you can, guys. Get some stick and spray into your basket, because that is the best repositionable sticky stuff that I know of.
Excellent.
And if you do that, I would absolutely advise you to get stick away.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing is, if you're only going to use your stencil facing one way, you don't have to keep cleaning it, because it'll just, the tack will build up. You'll use less next time to reactivate the sticky. But if you want to then flip the stencil, you can have all this glue on the side that you're going to ink on, so you need to remove it. And that's where you're going to use the stick away. That's
Enya's favourite spray, that one, isn't it? Stick away, stick away, stick away.
That's the one. Boom, boom. Yeah.
I love Johnny in my ear. He's like, oh no, because he can see the joke coming.
Like that. Yeah. Any song reference, Johnny? We've got it. But have had anybody come back on the cloud one? I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions. I recall. I simply don't know clouds at all. Oh, it's a classic from the 60s. Well, 60s.
I think if you sang it, maybe I'd get it.
Sorry?
If you sang it, maybe I'd get it.
Oh, you wouldn't want me to sing it. I might sing it later.
Okay.
But I'll give you a warning beforehand. Like, danger, danger.
Sheena's singing, urga, urga. If you know that song reference, then do let us know.
Oh, Maria'd be typing if she was watching, but I don't think she's watching at the minute.
No, well, she hasn't typed. She normally comments when we're on together.
Yeah,
she hasn't yet.
We've kept her busy. I've left her stuff to do.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Left her a list.
Trying to tidy up Willow for one, because seriously, don't look good. But I'm just thinking, you know, these mats here.
Yeah.
Has Leanne advised on how to get any powdery substance off the surface of it if they get powdery substance on? I'm not going to point fingers or name names, but there's somebody has left it feels like embossing powder.
Right. Johnny says it was Craig.
If there's embossing powder on here,
yeah,
you lose the stick, look. It's like putting like a corn flour just up your hand, sticking it in the sugar paste. It's gone, it's de-stuck.
Well, he's coming in at 2:30 to do some filming, so you can tell him.
I can tell I'm going to have words. So it's kind of rendered it kind of useless because it won't actually stick.
Right.
But what I'm going to do in the break, I'm going to try running it under this mat, this bit here, and I'm sure it'll be like other sticky stuff that I've used like this. If you run it under water, it will remove the stuff that shouldn't be on there. But beware of that.
Okay.
Be warned.
Be warned.
If you've got this, don't put embossing powder on it and take it off and then put your embossing powder on, because it literally has de-stuck it. So unless Tracy has another one.
Craig, I know you're coming in. If you're watching, be warned.
I'm looking for you, Craig. I'm like that. Look, the window's just past the TV. I'll be like that. During the show.
I bought this as Erica as soon as it was available in the middle of the night here in Florida. Lol. Thank you. I didn't want to miss out and was sure this would be popular. Alti says, beautiful song, but what is it? Amazing song, Ben, says Sarah, but what is it? Linda says, I know that song, but what is it? What is it? What is it?
Well, what is it? Yes, tell us.
We will find out very shortly. We've had a request. Are you doing requests today?
Yes.
Good news.
Absolutely.
Rebecca says, pretty please, could you show us the snowy owl? Thank you.
Oh, funny. Oh, what? It's like...
great minds.
You know what? I blame Crystal Visions. It's become, I've now that like, I'm a soothsayer.
A soothsayer.
The wise woman of the village, I wish. But yeah,
I'm the village idiot. I don't know about that.
Well, there we go. We've got the cast already. I've got it ready. So,
brilliant.
Spooky. So what I'm doing, just to make sure I don't catch anywhere that I don't want to catch, and I am going to have to say, I'm going to have to rocker block it. Now, I would have used the stamping platform. But I'm not bitter.
No.
Might mention that, but you know, I'm trying to let it go.
Let it go.
So it's not a perfect stampery thing. It's more for the technique, is what I'm saying, guys, right? So forgive me, right? And what I would also say is, if you want to stamp part of these images, make sure that you cover up any bits that might be exposed to any bits of image that you don't want it to get onto your kind of the background with. See, I'm just protecting it a little bit. So what I'm going to do on this one, I love this. We've got the moon, 3 stamps on that whole thing. So I'm going to use the hills again, those mountains, which I think will just be a super popular one. Now, a pale colour again is the way to go for this, but I'm going to, like I say, rocker block it. So let's hope that we can get this. And if you can, you know, you could even try second generation stamping with these. Let's do that. Let's see what we get with that. Because I want them to look like they're in the distance. I don't want them to look like they're in the foreground. Anything that goes further back is going to look paler and more fuzzy detail-wise. So let's have a try with this Where's the pebble? Let's go with the pebble again. Flagstone again. Flagstone. I'm going
Third of the
flagstone.
showstoppers gone now.
Going flagstone.
Biz, biz, biz.
So what I'm doing is I'm inking this up well, properly. It always makes a noise on the glass mat. It gives me a bad rep, you know, because it sounds like I am heavy-handed
The
stamping.
loudest stamper in
I
town.
know, I am, but look how dark that is, right? I don't want it that dark. I'm going to try going in again. That's what I want.
Right.
That's exactly what I want, right? So that's it. If you're not sure, give it a try. And I could just use that same scrap piece again. It doesn't matter what it looks like. So I'm going to do that again. Let's ink that up. And then do that whole thing again. So I'm going to take the excess ink off like that. Nice and cleanly though. And then I'm going to go to my image and I'm going to look and see where I want this to. Now you want this to be horizontal, parallel. You don't want the skyline to go on a hill. It's got to be straight, okay? So just be aware of that. So we're going to put that maybe about there. And again,
And this is a second generation again, isn't it?
Second generation, yeah. Oh, couldn't see that much at all. But we can try and... now, the thing is, this is in the distance.
Yeah.
And because I haven't got my repositioner, again, not bitter, I'm going to try and just get that a little bit cleaner in the middle. Again, I could be digging myself in a bigger hole here, but I'm going to... Let's try and get that.
Can I get you another stamping platform?
Yeah, I'd love one. I'd love one. Yes, please.
Let me go and find Tracy.
Yeah, I just thought I'd used all my points up with Tracy. I'd be like, oh, you can't push your luck that much, can you, poor woman? She'll be... right, so I'm going to try this again, just to try and get that centre bit. Yeah, I'm happy. That's great. Right, well, good. That is not a problem at all. All good. So... But you know what, it's good when these things happen because these things do happen in the real stamping crafting world.
Jake's on the case.
Yay, thanks Jake.
Yeah,
So,
you've used your Tracy quota for today apparently.
I've used it up and that's why I knew I couldn't go there again. It's like, yeah, no, use those points up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this smaller moon in the sky, and again, what I'm going to do is I want that second generation stamp again because it's still quite dark. Oh, it's super loud, isn't it? I blame the glass mat. It's not me. I'm like, you know, like, right. So I'm going to hope that is just enough. Yeah, I can see it, right? Can you see? It's just there. That's all I need for my guidance there. Now, what I do need is I need this tree to be much stronger image. That needs to be darker because that's more in the foreground. So we've gone distance. All right, we've gone ethereal with the moon or sun or whatever it's going to be. And now we want powerful, impactful tree in the foreground, which is this guy here. And he's going to be stamped nice and dark. And again, flagstone's dark enough, so we don't need to go with the black or anything. I'm going to stick with that. And we're going to go in with this one in the foreground. So this gives it the perspective. This makes it look like a scene, you see. Now it looks more, it gives it that element of realism because this is what would happen in nature. You'd have things, you know, foreground, distance, and mid. So I'm hoping, and I shouldn't rock them back and forwards, I know that, but I'm trying to compensate for this little ridge on there as well. But good, it's good.
Got away with it.
Right, got away with it. Fee you. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to do that trick where we're going to put this back in there because I just want to clean this messy ink around the outside. So, and it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about cleaning the stencil perfectly with the hand gel yet.
Here's Jake to save the day.
Yay, thanks Jake.
There you
Cheers,
go.
Jake. So what we'll do though, I will try rinsing that in the break and see
see if it works.
and I'll see if I can speak to Leanne if that doesn't, what the solution would be. Because it will happen. It will happen. It does happen. So, right, we'll take that away there. So now I can ink this up and get it all really pretty. So I'm going to use some, I might use a bit of Midnight, but I'm going to use quite a bit of Oasis with this one, I think. And I could go a little bit greyishy blue in the centre, the baby blue in the middle. Right, look at that there. keep looking at that there.
Well, whilst we're looking at that
I'm
there,
not going anywhere.
I think everyone's worked out your song,
I
Sheena.
didn't even move at that one, yeah. Have they?
I think so. A lot of
Hey.
people are saying it's Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell.
That is exactly the one. It's a classic. I can't believe, Ben.
I only really know Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell.
Oh, I love Big Yellow Taxi. If that comes on, you're guaranteed to have a Sheena sing-along.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Don't it always seem to
especially
go-
even the laugh at the end, when she does the laugh at the end.
But you don't know what it got till it's gone.
Classic, isn't it?
In paradise, and up a parking lot. That is a good tune.
It's a classic.
Amanda's just bought the Showstopper, plus inks. Christmas presents for myself, says Amanda. Well, I mean, why not? 4 weeks on Wednesday, Christmas. Jeffrey's just asking, and this is an interesting question, would these stamp inserts work in the Leave collection as well?
Work in
The
the...
Leaves collections that you've
yeah.
done? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes, for sure. Perfect. Scene stamps are just a winner chicken dinner. You can't go wrong with a good scene stamp.
No.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I kind of think as well, like if you wanted to use these without the master stencils, I mean, these again would be quite nice for doing your draw the line technique, wouldn't they?
Definitely. Draw the line, going to be good for your watercolour fusion as well.
Oh, yes.
Create a scene with them and just use their, painted in. Yeah, perfect. So really, I'm using Oasis more than anything here. Bear in mind, this is not the card that I've created, so I'm just having to kind of work it out as I'm going. So it's a gorgeous, beautiful card, but definitely it's that pretty clean blue that we've got, the Oasis blue.
Yeah, you just got to roll with it, haven't you? Really?
You've got to roll with it, yeah. Just don't look back in anger if it's not perfect this time.
Some might say this is looking good. Oh. It's thinking of more racist songs now.
I don't go like that. No. Can you see we all both go quiet for a little bit now because we're both now like distracted trying to think of. Yeah. We're a bit transparent on that one, there, Ben.
Yeah,
So
Johnny says you're concentrating because you've got a master plan.
Ah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think this project's going to live forever.
Live forever. Oh no, I'm stuck now.
We've done all the main ones, I think.
I think we have, yeah.
Yeah.
So can you see now we've got that little bit darker at the top, yeah?
Yeah.
So going from darker to slightly, lighter in the centre. And it's up to you how light or dark you want to make it. I'm going to go a little bit across there. Right, we're looking good so far. I am going to just make sure I put the right lids on the right thing. And what I'm going to do is we can drop a little bit of water on that, but we could also add a little bit of shading to these mountains because we need a little bit of definition on that. We need that there. And then I'm going to bring that in there. Everybody's thinking of Oasis songs now in the ear. Everybody it's like, oh.
Johnny's on a roll now.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying, Sheena, she's electric.
Oh.
Yeah. She's in a family full of eccentrics. That's a great tune.
So what I'm doing is I'm just, even though these are a little bit kind of fuzzy, obviously, because I didn't get the perfect image, it doesn't matter because mountains and things in the distance are going to be less defined. Yeah, they're going to be softer. You kind of, if any, you'd rather have them softer than sharp, to be honest. They look more authentic if they're a little bit less, perfect and perfect focus. Because, things when they look further away.
So are you just doing the detail again here? Then?
I'm just doing the details. So I'm looking where the shading is on the. You'll actually. Right. Let me show you now. Actually, if you look on the stamps, can you see this bit here where there's hatching?
Yeah.
It's like lines there. So that's telling you to put that a bit in shadow and it'll look like the mountains are 3D instead of just flat, spiky things. So use them as your guide to where you're going to darken, and then we can get a little bit of light in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bit of water here, and I'm just going to go crossing some lines like this lightly, just across like this with some water like that, and then blot it, and we'll start to get some little ripples and make this look kind of like a lake.
Yeah.
Get some highlights on there. So it's just one of those things, you've got to just try it out and see how wet it needs to be to get the effect. And again, we can go back in with a pen if we want shortly and pick that out a little bit more. But we just want that to look like a lake. We need to, oh, I've lost the moon on there, I've inked it over, but I'm just going to, we know it was there somewhere, so when you're doing that, you may want to put a little bit more ink on there if you're going to need that guide for the moon. But I'm getting that used to painting circles now without the aid of a safety net.
That's it.
I'm getting a bit better at it.
Are you going to be using the Aquablend markers later, asks Stephanie?
The Aquablend, the Aqua markers.
Aqua markers, yeah.
Yeah, we'll try using a little bit of that as well and show you how we can use them even with a blending tool.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, so we've got that there. Now let's put a little bit of snow going on in there. So have a smaller brush and less water on it and just tap it, because what you get then is find that little snowy kind of bits rather than big huge orbs going on. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you see you've got little dots there rather than big splodges. So just build it up slowly. If you haven't got enough on the first time, you can always go back, and if you didn't leave it long enough, then leave the next lot a little bit longer.
Brush-wise as well, these are the Crafter's Companion brushes you're using today, aren't they?
They are, Ben,
Not the,
yeah, they're brilliant.
Royal and Langnickel.
Royal and Langnickel, yeah, all good, all really good brushes. So we've got that there. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm just going to put a few little ripples in this water here, just to make it look like there's some darker bits across, very, very fine in the water, a little bit more maybe towards the shoreline. And but can you see how quick and how little we've used on this? We'll pop a little bit of a brown on this tree. And then you could even pop a little bit of green just to give it a little bit of colour suggestion if you want. Like use the dark green. There.
Yes, Zoe Carver, you could put these images on your wonder wall.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yes, Zoe.
Boom. Oh. So I'm just using a bit of that green just over the black, just to give it a little suggestion of and I've used the smoked emerald for that, okay? Just because it's a very cool scene. It's, the colours are all muted and soft and cool. I don't want a warm green with lots of yellow in it. I just think it looks better with a little bit of just that cooler green that has more blue in it, because obviously that's what makes up green, isn't it? The yellow and the blue. Right, I do think we're done with that. Shall we do the reveal? Let's clean this up so we don't get any ink anywhere, if we can help it. And then we've got the little tree to do in the corner. Do you want to do the little tree in the corner?
Why not?
Okie doke.
Isabel's bought the collection from East Kilbride. She said, just had to buy this from Sheena. I've actually been using some of her collections in my art classes, and the folks there think that everything is brilliant.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's what I've always done, is that bridge between art and craft is just, it's all the same. If you've got the right tools, who knows if it's art, who knows if you can call it a crafting thing. It's all good. There you go.
Oh, that's incredible, isn't it? Incredible.
So you could pop a little bit of, it's a little bit darker than Lisa's there.
Yeah.
But what you can do, we'll come back to that, is we can pop that little tree in the bottom as well if we want. So we've got the tree stamp here. We could just put that smaller, we'll not ink that as much. So let's take that there. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to just not ink the whole right further down on the trunk. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, like a Christmas tree. And we can pop that. Should pop a little bit of tape over that, really, so that it doesn't transfer to my image if I've got a bit of ink on there. So we'll just tape that over, and then we'll pop that maybe about there. And then what I would do is get your pen, maybe a 0.5, and you could just draw a little thing like this, just to give it a little bit of context, as if it's just a little bit of snow in the corner, and you could do that. That's easy enough done, isn't it? And it just finishes that little thing there, and then we can just pop a little bit of colour on there. You can make it look like a little snowy Christmas tree if you want, by popping a little bit of glitter or anything on it. but we'll just use a little bit of that green again. And then we'll put a bit of bling on it, a little bit of that blue to give it a little bit of shading. Oh, no, that's the wrong blue. We'll use a bit of the darker blue. And a touch of the black. Right, nearly done. And then I'll pop a little bit of this just again. And you can make this look a little bit fluffier if you want that, a little bit more green if you want to make it look fuller like a Christmas tree. And all I'm doing is I'm using the shape of the branches and just filling in a little bit more. Can you see? With it from the inside out, brush it out like this.
Amanda says, Sheena, this is beautiful. I love watching the show. Sherry Miller says, just gorgeous. You never cease to amaze me.
Oh, thank you.
And Lily, our Lily.
Yeah.
That is stunning, says Lily.
Oh, cheers, Lily. I'll come through and get you a cup of tea in a minute.
Hayden Turner says, I'll be going for the showstopper so I can stop crying my heart out.
Oh.
Brilliant, Hayden. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, the gallery are appreciating this as well, I got to tell you. Yeah.
Better spend your money on this rather than cigarettes and alcohol.
Oh.
Producer Johnny's loving it. He's just gone, this is it. This is what Fridays are all about. Yeah. Oh, dear.
We'll add a little bit of the brown to that, and then we can call it done.
Excellent stuff.
A little bit of bling if you want. You can put little baubles. Lisa's put a few baubles on that tree.
Oh, yeah.
Really pretty. And that's your call. You can do that for sure. Oh, no, water. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, danger, danger.
Danger.
There, so we're good. I'm just beating that a little bit more shadowy in the corner. And then you've got your pretty... Oh, I forgot the white. Oh,
got your white.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no. Right, carry on crafting, eh?
Carry on crafting, can you imagine?
I'll pop a little bit of white on these mountains here. Just give it a little bit more kind of like highlighting on the water. Like I said, you can pop a little bit on there if you want.
Well, you've certainly impressed a lot of people with your demos in this collection. Pat saying, my jaw is dropping. This is beyond stunning. And Tracy on YouTube says, tree-rific tips from Sheena.
Yay.
See what you did there? Tree-rific. She's really branching out of this demo. Hopefully you've twigged on how to get the best out of it. I wasn't sure if I wanted this collection, says Vanessa, but after watching Sheena, I've got the showstopper. Cannot wait to get my showstopper and start playing.
Thank you. Right, so all I've done there, Ben, is just add a little bit of water on that, light on that water.
Yeah.
And there you go, there's another one just completed there. That's how quick and easy and just fun they are. Don't have to use loads of colours, loads of, clever stuff. Just make sure you've masked them well and have a play. Do you want to see how that takes that off that thing before we break?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, in fact, you know what, there's not that much on there. Let's pop a little bit more on and then take it off. Pop a little bit on there. And then, yeah, we'll deliberately make a mess to then try and clean it off. So there, so we've put the darker flagstone on there. Mm-hmm. And so, let me try and, I've got that much mess on here. Take that tape off there so I can get to it easier. And then we'll use a bit of this. Oh, you know what, more haste, less speed. I'll take that off in a sec. So can you see that's not coming off and it didn't come off, but a little bit of, watch, this is like magic. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that, straight off there. It's kind of scary what it's doing to your hands, mind, but it's great for taking it off.
Yeah, but don't think about that.
Yeah, and a few years ago, no wonder the hands with skin was falling off regularly with all the hand gel we were using. But yeah, just a bit of hand gel, it's just that little bit of alcohol in it, does the job perfectly. Back to you.
Sherry Morris, amazing project and collection again, Sheena, says Sherry, must have this. Thank you for the teaching as well. And this is it, you get all of the teaching, so when you get your collection back, you can come back to this show, be there, obviously on YouTube, it's there on our Facebook page as well, just remember the day and time, and then you can recreate all of these demos that Sheena's bringing you. If you want the collection on its own, so all of the brand new masks and stencils and stamps, 40% of that has gone. It has been very busy. We had an inkling that this would be a popular collection. You know, new Sheena launches are always busy, and I know from what producer John is telling me, this is something that you guys latched onto in the countdown to launch show. There's a lot of comments about this, so we knew from that this would be popular. I don't think we quite anticipated just how popular it would be. You have loved it. Great price on it as well. I think we've priced this brilliantly at £32 if you're platinum, $38.40. If you're new to the channel as well, don't forget, of course, you can join up to Club Inspire. It's on the website. That's the logo. You sign up today. It's free to do, and you'll get 20% off your first order. Joanne Madigan just says, I sew purses with the right paint. These images would look gorgeous on them. And what was the size of the base of the card you were just creating on there? Stephanie's wondering.
Oh, well, you know what? Shall I show you what I do, how I determine how I do the base of the card?
Quickly, yeah.
So it's really simple, right? So what I do is I take my trimmer and I'll get my piece of A4 card, bear with, piece of A4 card, because I want to get the maximum use. I want to get at least 2 cards, and I like square cards out of that. So what I've done in the past is I've just folded the card and nicked a little bit just so I know the middle of that card. And then, but once you've done that, mark it on your trimmer, and then this is how I determine how big the base card's going to be.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, I want maximum. So it's usually 2.5 little notches in on your trimmer. Yeah. Yeah. Trim it, and then turn it 45 degrees and do exactly the same again, and then you've got a perfectly square card without having to measure. And that's the maximum size square card you can get out of one A4 sheet. So I know that I'm maximising my use of my card. And these two here then are tags, Christmas tags, birthday tags, smaller panels for a card, or testing colour out. And the size that you end up with is, bear with, it's almost 6-inch square, just shy of 6-inch square.
Excellent. We're going to take a short break. Make sure you keep commenting as well. I'll recap when we come back on the fact that you can win a prize in this show. We're giving away some stamps and dies. But more importantly than that, let's get you to the checkouts. If you haven't yet purchased your showstopper or just the collection on its own, or indeed just individuals, do that now. And then when we come back, we'll have the final few sort of hints, tips and bits of inspiration from Sheena. And if you've got any more questions, I know there's a couple there that I haven't tackled just yet, but if you've got any more, fire those in and we'll do those the other side of this short break.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice. All my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes to the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating, and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out there. We always give you the opportunity to do it so you don't miss anything. Crafty Angie says, good morning. You've put, good morning, Bean and Sheena. Bean. Ben and Sheena. And all you crafty peeps, we were watching Mr. Bean yesterday in the green room on our lunch break. The bosses are watching. They're not watching. I ordered a collection and now I'm going back to sleep. It's 5:23 a.m. here, says Crafty Angie. Appreciate, particularly for our friends Pacific time, you guys have to get up super duper early. Even like if you're Eastern, you still have to get up early for these, but hopefully we reward you in the fact that you're getting all these great products and all of the inspiration. Sandra says, Sheena, you are so creative. I've been addicted to your work since you first came to Crafter's Companion, so I'm looking forward to getting these stencils and stamps. Charlotte Clark says, awesome demo, Sheena. Looking forward to trying this when my order comes in. And Cindy Thompson says, after watching this demo, we will all know how to use this fabulous launch. See, owl. You'll have a hoot with it. Learning so much from the show, says Amanda. And two quick questions. Cindy Thompson is wondering what sort of paper you've been using.
Well, I've used my go-to every time is watercolour card.
Yeah.
It's just what I've got used to, and I just works great with all the water-based products I use. But you can use the multi-purpose card as well. That would be great. Or whatever. But either of those, if you use water-based products, are great.
And just another quick one from Cindy, who was just wondering what the white is that you've been using.
The white.
So you've used two different things, haven't you?
Well, the one I keep coming back to is this white gouache paint. So Bella Luna not last birthday, just gone, the one last year, we had a set of the gouache and the white pen together. And it's just a really good, you get so much white out of that tube. The pen's good, but this I think is great. So if there's still any hanging around, or if you've got any in your craft room, or we might be able to have a word with the guys, back do the thinking stuff if they can maybe look at getting that back for you. But yeah, that's a great thing. That's what I've been using.
Cindy says, it's my day of vacation. I've got in early just to watch Sheena and purchase the launch. Well, thank you. Appreciate that even more, the fact that you're off. Angie says, Ben, I'm sorry, I did not mean to call you Bean. I don't mind. I've been called far worse. It's fine. You call me what you want. You call me what you want. I don't mind. Sherry says, I always get so much inspiration within reason. I always get so much inspiration and useful tips when watching Sheena. And Deborah Butker says, can we put a little bit of hand sanitizer on the brush to clean it? I usually use alcohol to clean. Would hand
you know
sanitizer work
what?
on the brush?
So when the brushes become stained and dodgy looking, well, that's a bit stained and dodgy looking. Shall we give it a try? What you've got to be careful of is you don't want anything that's going to dissolve the glue.
Oh yeah.
That's in this, because this is what this brush is made up of. You've got the bristles and you've got this ferrule bit, which is the bit that holds it all together. So just be careful you don't put anything in that. But I don't mind this. You know, these artificial filaments and fibres will stain, and water-based products they don't stick to brushes, they come out.
Yeah.
Acrylic's a different thing. Acrylic's really dodgy. You can use this to maybe break down acrylic, but once acrylic's dried, it's plastic. But to be honest, if you just clean your brushes, never leave them standing in water. So if you are cleaning your brushes, you would never, even if you go, I'm going to go for a cup of tea, I'm off now, I'm having it, that's it, I'm having a break. It's tea and cake time, which could be any time of the day for me, many times. Don't leave it standing in like that, and don't clean your brushes by pouncing up and down. You can push, when you're cleaning them, when I'm cleaning my brushes, I'm pushing like this to the side, okay? But yeah, you don't really need it, to be honest, to clean your brushes. That has taken some of the stuff that was in there. I don't know what it was, but it has cleaned it a bit more than it was. So yeah, but just be careful when you're using.
Any more questions and comments, fly those in. We've got half an hour left on the show. It is Stir It Up Sunday on Sunday, which is the day apparently where we are supposed to be making the Christmas cakes. So stir it up, ready for Christmas. So all you got to do is send us a little comment. If you want to chat Christmas cakes to me, you're welcome to do that too. But someone at the end of the show will win those 2 little stamp and die sets from the kitchen collection. We've just popped up the details again for the showstopper on the screen for the last half hour. 40% of that showstopper's gone. It is, and we'll look at the boards and samples again before the end of the show, but it's everything from the brand new collection, plus you get these 3 items within the showstopper. It's £15 extra for this, but it's the equivalent of £39 or $52 worth of goodies. So you've got your blending tool, you've also got your aqua markers there in the nature colours, and then you've got 60 sheets of your multi-purpose card as well. So it's entirely up to you. Showstopper option, popular. The collection on its own, very popular. And I know people are buying the individuals too. Whatever fits your budget. We've got half an hour left, Sheena. Are we going to have a look at the hair?
Yes. You know what, I was torn. I'll tell you why. Because we just created this owl here using the technique that is like the obvious technique that we've been using. And I think that's fab. And you saw how easy that was. But then there's another card here, and if we don't do it, if we do the hair, let me talk you through how you would do it. Isn't that fab?
That's amazing.
So how you would do that if you wanted to recreate that.
It looks like it's been embossed.
It does. Because we've got the positive and negative, Debbie's card here, what you would do is I would put my owl where I want it to be, like this, position that and stencil the owl with something like twilight grey around the outside, right? And then remove it. Yeah, so now you've got a stenciled owl, and then this negative, the mask rather than the stencil, you would position over the owl that you've just coloured. Yeah. And then you'd go and stamp your background, and then you'd remove that, and that's how you would get your owl. Wow, okay. It's coloured. So that's what you would do. So having said that, shall we do a hair? Yeah. Because I think that's explained the owl there, hasn't it? We'll do that another time. But yeah, I love this. These colours are pretty. It's really simple. There's only 2 different stamps used there. They're clouds and these little trees. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's have a play. I think it's the colours. That I was talking to Tracy. I said, "What do you like?" She said, "Oh, I love the colours in that." I said, "Well, let's do that then." Right. Because you've seen the process, and it doesn't have to be super clever and lots of stamping to make it look amazing, which I think is good. So I've got my card there. I've got my stencil, and I'm going to spray it with this stick and spray, not stick and stay. Don't use the stay bit, because then you want to remove it. Stick and stay will make it stay. The clues are there. So stick and spray, I mean. So I'm just giving that a quick spray down there, and again, and let that evaporate a little bit. And then we're going to position that where we want it. So let's just pop that guy sort of in the centre, like that. You look good there. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, and now if you've got any card that you think you might catch, like at the bottom here, that looks a bit vulnerable when I'm inking it, because I want to just get the ink on there as quick as possible. I want the stencil to work for me. I'm going to use some of this low tack tape, but I'm also taking a bit of the tack off onto me jeans, on my jumper, whatever, just so that it doesn't pull away the cord while you remove it, when you remove it, okay? And chances of me catching this, I could still catch it, you know what I'm like, so I'm going to do the same thing at the side. Just may as well be safe than sorry for the sake of a little bit of tape. That's my thinking anyway. So right, we're good there. So we've got that there, we've got this, and now it's a case of just picking some colours out and your stamps that you're going to use. So we've got a new stamping platform. Woohoo! Look at that, brand new.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you. So we'll pop that on there like that. But I will look into reactivating that other one, and I'll feed back. Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, we can make that play nice again. So that's there. And then I'm going to pick out my stamps that I'm going to use. So we need some little-ish trees. So we could use, these trees are nice little-ish trees.
Yeah.
And that tree there is a good little-ish tree. And you can see how they're on different stamp sheets. You could even just get by with this one little-ish tree. That'll be fine. And then we want a little-ish cloud as well. Oh, look, everything's stuck to the plan format. Oh, carry on crafting or what? Right, so we'll pop that there. And then we want this little-ish cloud. And that will do nicely. So I'm going to position this about here, like this. And I'm going to create kind of an interesting kind of land lie kind of thing.
Okay.
So we're going a little bit arty with what you're going to bring to the mix here. So I'll pop that there. And then, so either, again, the colours I like is either pebble. Let's go with pebble because it's warmer. Flagstone's a cooler grey. Pebble's got more brown in it.
Yeah.
Like but it's still, you know, it's a nice strong colour that'll work great for these little guys here. So I'm going to stamp that there like that.
Don's just asking how you avoid shadowing on the old stamping platform. Is that just a case of making sure you press down sort of centrally? Because it had a more of a tendency to sort of move, didn't it? Because it had more legs. How
I avoid shadowing? I'm not quite sure what you mean. What, you mean getting a double image?
I think because the older platform had more legs, didn't it? Feet.
Yes,
so I think it had a tendency to wobble a bit more if you didn't.
This seems more sure, this platform. Yeah. It just seems better altogether, guys. It's sturdier and everything. It's tough. This thing is a tough thing.
Yeah, I think with the old one, it's a case of just making sure you try and press down centrally and don't sort of wiggle it around. I think that's how the shadowing happens, if that's what you mean.
So what I'm doing with this guy here, I'm putting this on where I want it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring it down a little bit further so we can create a kind of look as if it's going up and down a hill kind of thing a little bit. So that it doesn't look exactly the same. Now, I'm hoping that'll work. Not too much, just a little bit. And I haven't stamped the very base of these trees. So I'm going to do that like that. I'm going to ink this up. And then I'm going to remove this tape because I've protected that bottom bit from any ink. I didn't want that on there. And pop that there. And always make sure you've got, I didn't actually, make sure those were positioned very well. So that wasn't good technique-wise of mine there with this platform. Just make sure you've got those little corner bits embedded well into where they're supposed to be. Yeah. So that's good. I'm happy with that. We can pop that to one side. And then we're going to bring these clouds in. And again, I want this second generation. I'm even going to use the rocker block for that, because we can, because I need just a very pale, a shadowy kind of line with that. So I'm going to take that off there, get my rocker block back, and pop my cloud on there. Get my scrap paper for my trimming bit. So I'm inking it up really well, but then I'm going to take some of that off, and then I'm going to just come across and start to create some clouds there. That's perfect. That's just what I want. You see how much paler that is? Much better. Yeah. So when you're stamping the ink off for your second generation, don't press down too hard, but we can, and then we can pop that one maybe like that. And then, and what you can do, think of these clouds as a guide, not necessarily, especially if you're using gouache or your white pen, because you can make these look a little different by elongating them a little bit, playing with them. So it's all the same cloud, but it doesn't need to look like that. You can tweak them when you come to colour them. So now I'm going to take one of my art liners, even though I've used a not brown there, it doesn't matter. Let's use 0.5. And I'm going to just create a kind of a land like this coming down like that.
Yeah.
Can you see? And I can just continue it like this if I want, and then I can do the same like that there. So now I've got myself a little, you know, interesting thing without even using the stamp. And I can even come further down and do the same down here if I want, and use the stencil to break that up, and even a little bit further there if I want to do that. And let's bring that up there. And what's nice is if you have a line and it continues and it breaks up with its little pores and things. And now the fun bit, we get to colour it. What I would say is, not quite get to colour it, because we're going to use the positive to clean this off there.
That's such a good tip you've been showing us there.
It's great. I've got to say, this was Debbie's thing. Yeah, it was Deborah Durand.
Deborah?
I'm not going to claim it because it wasn't my brain being practical. It was hers.
I've not heard from Deborah today. Normally she's in on the comments.
She scares me when she's quiet.
Yeah.
It's like,
lurking somewhere.
That's not right, is it?
No.
So you see this that's left on there, this smudgy, what isn't coming off, that'll come off with that, the hand sanitizer, no problem. So what I want to do as well is just give that a little bit. I don't want to heat it with my heat gun to set it, but I don't want to start inking if that's still a little bit dry, but it should be dry enough now. So I love the colours in this, right? Now, I don't even know what colouring pads. It might not even have been all of the Harmony, the water reactive. So I'm going to do a bit of experimenting. I'm going to come in with, in the centre, I'm going to use a nice clean applicator, and I'm going to always start with the lightest colour and then go dark. So I'm going to
straw bale you've got there?
Straw bale, absolutely. I'm going to start with straw bale around these trees here. I'm going to, I think that's spot on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's just the job, that. Lovely, lovely. And so you can always like lighten, darken, you know, add water before bleach. Obviously darken's easy, but that's really nice there. I'm happy with this. And look at how quick this is. It's really not a time-consuming process at all. I'm going to go a little bit further up there, so we've got that lovely glow towards the horizon there. So it kind of look like a wintry night, kind of, you know, where the sun's just coming down. And then I want to use another applicator. And I'm going to use this pink because there's quite a bit of pink. You see, this is like a pinky brown here.
Yeah.
And Bordeaux's like a brownie brown. So I'm going to combine the two.
That fuchsia?
Fuchsia. We're going to go back to that one.
Yay! She does it on the gag as well. I love it.
And,
Debbie Durrant.
Hey!
She's messaged. She's gone, Ben, I'm like Jaws. Just when you think it's safe.
We're going to need a bigger boat, Ben.
Hello, Deborah. Hello, Deborah. I knew you were there, lurking in the background.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you feel your presence.
I'm going to use a bit of this here, and I'm going to go with that pinky colour at the bottom as well, just to reflect a bit of that's in the sky as well. And it could be snow, and you know what? If you've got the colour in the sky, the snow's going to reflect that colour. So, you know, the northern lights, if it was that, pop a little bit of that in the sky as well. And what I'm doing is I'm using see how with the applicator, I'm using it up, I'm not using it across, because I don't want to move these little legs, these little, the bit of the stencil here. So I'm kind of pushing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to the Bordeaux.
Bordeaux?
Bordeaux.
You know Bordeaux?
Where is the Bordeaux?
Where is the
and
Bordeaux?
then I'm going to, and then pop a little bit of that on there. And I think we'll get we've got a darker, winey colour, and you know, a bit of purple on that would be lovely. And it's like, just don't be scared to mix your colours. Like a cocktail. Just think Tom Cruise.
It's Tom Cruise of the crafting world.
Of the crafting world, yes, go for it.
Loving the hair, says Amanda. Tracy says, baking as well. My husband of 32 years reminded me the other day that I've always said that I will make him a Christmas cake with no peel. I might get inspired by your bake-off, you say, Tracy. Yeah, that's on, isn't it, in a minute? Kerry Carney has ordered 2 of Sheena's new items after watching. She had to order the other 2, just amazing. And hi to Amanda Stockham, who says, hi, Brucey. That's me. Amanda, it's nice to see you. Nice. Says hi to Sheena and Crowfers. Late to the party, but don't look back in anger, I hear Sheena say.
Oh, Amanda Stockham, she's a, you know, we see once an Incoid, always an Incoid.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, it's like the Foreign Legion. Yeah.
One of the crew.
Oh, part of the crew, yeah.
Tell us about your Incoids for people who haven't heard of them yet, because I know we get new people watching all the time.
So the Incoids, if you join, it's a Facebook group and it's a closed group, so we just keep it all nice. It's all positive, supportive. There's no nastiness goes on. It's all good. And if you want to see all of these gorgeous samples that the team have created, that's where they're held. But there's also loads of advice tutorials, and it's just a bank, a wealth of knowledge. And ask them if you want to know something, the team will tell you. And in fact, what they're preparing right now, what they're busy with is, we've got a whole advent of techniques starting at the beginning of December.
Okay.
So every team member has got prepared a full-on project every single day leading up to Christmas. So definitely join. If you haven't joined yet, look for Sheena's Inkettes and join for the start of December.
I feel like you should name them Sheena's Elfettes for December.
Elves, absolutely, absolutely. So we've got that there, Ben. So now what we're going to do, because I've lost the clouds again, so if you're scared of losing the clouds, don't do what I do, use a darker ink, yeah? Because you're going to, when you ink it over with the darker colour, you're going to lose it, all right? Like the plot and me. But I'm just going to go freestyling it and paint some clouds in. But if you haven't got the confidence to do that, just ink the clouds in a little bit darker and do it that way. So, but if you're going to do clouds, I was talking to Maria about this, and I was watching something about an artist was talking about creating texture when they're drawing things and what they're thinking and how they're... And I said, oh, you know what, that is so true. In my head, I'm kind of, when I'm drawing, I'm kind of channeling and thinking noises and kind of like being the object, you know? And I don't know if I should share this with you, but Maria was looking going, and I do worry her sometimes. Because I said, like, when I'm drawing leaves are like this, like that. And like, you know, and then if you're doing like mountains, are like straight edges.
What about clouds?
Clouds, that was the one that worried her. But she thought I said cows. And when I said clouds, are like poof, poof.
Oh, yeah.
Poof, poof, poof. So when I'm drawing painting that cloud, you're going poof, poof, poof. So it's a big circle, poof, poof, little couple of circles.
Yeah.
And it'll be poof, 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 poof.
I get that.
Water.
What about trees?
Trees are like... So yeah, in your head I've got all these things going on, but yeah, and then you start to like kind of think in your head, and then your hand does things for the leaves and things. But I'm
a big fan of the cloud noise, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's what really worried her, because she thought I'd said cows. She said, almost like exploding cows. I went, no, clouds, but that's what they are, little poof, 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 like soft little, quiet, soft edges, not like a mountain that's like, you know, like, yeah. I probably should stop talking now, and I'm going to. But that's what I mean about knowing I'm on a log. But now what we've got is we're ready to do the reveal. Then we're going to put a little bit more white in there, and we're good. You can make this a little bit darker. Bear with. I'm just going to make this a little bit more impactful at the bottom. I'm going in with a little bit of black. Let's make this bit more drama at the bottom.
Yeah.
So just so we've got a really strong...
Make for a more hair-raising image, won't it?
Hair-raising, absolutely, like that. And then again, we can add a little bit of... you can still do a little bit of highlight if you want, like this, with the water, you see, to just give it a little bit of... continue the look of these little land masses that you've created. Yeah. With just your brush. And then, are you ready for the reveal?
Come on, here we go.
This is the best bit. This is just the fun bit. I'll take that off there carefully.
Yeah.
Always pull the tape away from the card, pull it towards you, and you've got less chance of tearing the tape when you do it that way. I think it's going to look pretty. I'm hoping it's going to look pretty. And then I'm going to just take that away from there. And then again, you can pop a little bit of the white in there if you want. So good. That's pretty, isn't it?
Really pretty.
Let's pop a little bit of gouache on there.
Colours are great.
Aren't they lovely colours? I love that, yeah.
Will there be a list of colours, Tim C's just asking, of what Sheena's used on the designs on her socials?
No, because I'll not
Okay.
remember. Honestly,
No.
honestly, if I walk out the room now, everything's gone.
Yeah.
Literally, when I get my stuff back, it's like a new thing for me because I forgot I've drawn them like months ago.
This was Bordeaux,
So
fuchsia,
what I do is we'll recap.
straw bale.
Yes, now's your time to recap. Straw bale, Bordeaux,
Bordeaux,
fuchsia,
yeah,
a bit of midnight,
yep.
black, whichever black.
And the owl earlier was Oasis, wasn't it?
It was Oasis, yeah.
Hence why people have been...
All the Oasis
All the Oasis
references, yeah.
Can you just repeat the name of your group for Jules as well? She missed it.
Absolutely. Sheena's Inkettes.
Yeah.
INK-ETTES.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to join. And like I say, the team are amazing because being part of my design team isn't just making cards. We are a team, and they are all about the education.
So they'll answer questions if anyone gets stuck, right?
Sorry?
They'll answer questions if anyone gets stuck?
That's where they hang out. It's kind of like the virtual clubhouse.
Right.
It's like, the little, like, they got, the little password, like the Secret 7 used to have and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They're just
Special
like,
knock to get in.
Special knock, yeah, password, yeah, ink pad. And then you let you in. And yeah, they're all, that's where, and they love to share because we know that if you can't create things that you're loving and getting that sense of satisfaction with the products, then what are we doing it for?
Yeah.
It's not, this isn't like art to sell. It's not like I'm doing this and I'm selling my artwork, and so it doesn't matter that nobody else can do it. It matters hugely if you can't do it, because then I'm failing
Yeah.
if you can't. So we need to make sure that you have the confidence to get good results as well. That's why I'm lucky enough, I think, to have been doing it for so long, because that is, and it always has been, of prime importance to me and my team. There you go. Oh, and what you can do as well, sorry, I'm saying there you go, we can pop a little bit of, if you want, a bit brave with a little bit of colour underneath. You can make it a little bit less dramatic if you want. Let's go a bit warmer for a shadow. So if you want to make it look like this little guy sitting on something outside of that,
Yeah.
and the colour I used here was Twilight Grey, and then just pop a little bit where his paws are, and then just drag out like this. And then it looks like he's sitting on, snow outside of that image. It's kind of inside, outside, and kind of a little bit more there where his tail is. And then you've got a really nice little card composition there.
There you have.
That is really arty at the same time. There you go.
Absolutely brilliant. It's been such a great show, hasn't it, everyone? I know you guys have loved it, because the amount of comments that we've had and the amount of people who've said they've bought the showstopper. Trinkles has just said, that's Irene, isn't it? Couldn't resist, you say. I just had to have the showstopper. There is more of a rush if you want the showstopper. We've got a lot less of the showstopper than we do have of the bundle on its own. We're almost at half of the stock of that gone. So if you do want it, just to kind of tell you again, and I'll read a few more comments, and then we'll look at the finished samples. The showstopper is all of the brand new Baston stencils and all of the stamps. So you get the full double exposure Wild Nature collection, and then for an extra £15 you get 60 sheets of your cardstock, formerly multi-purpose, before that stamping card, before that I can't even remember, but you see it's our standard card. You're also going to get your 12 pens from the Aqua collection, so that is the nature set, and then you are also going to receive one of our ink blending tools, which is the square. That's an extra. It should be £39 or $52. You pay just £15 or $15 for the showstopper. So if you want that, half the stock pretty much is gone now. You'll still get your double points on everything as well, just to mention, across the show, across the website, across the weekend, and up until week on Sunday. If you just want the brand new collection on its own, obviously that is going very quickly, but we've got more stock of that put away. Don says, I've just joined the Inkettes last week and I got lost for an hour looking at so many great ideas.
Yeah,
there you go.
See, that's it. It's massive, because this has been a group I've had for years, and every collection is in a folder on there. So if you've bought something 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the samples are in there. You've got all that reference. So you're going to be using these stamps next year, the year after, the year after. So that will be there for you to look at, all of those inspiration cards.
Yeah, and Vanessa says this is amazing. I'm also amazed at the technique and way Sheena makes things look so easy and at the same time stunning and so beautiful. And thank you to Maggie, who says we did our stir up Saturday last weekend for Christmas puddings. My brother-in-law doesn't like peel, so we whiz it up with some of the other ingredients in the blender, so you get the taste without the chunks. It's not appealing to him then, is it? We're talking about Stir Up Sunday, which is this Sunday. I'm going to give these two goodies away to our winner in just a second. I've got her name. But before that, should we just have another look with Sheena at exactly what we're going to get? And if we get time, a few samples as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So it's based around the stencils. So you're going to want the stencils because then, you know, to be honest, you can stamp any of your other seam stencils.
Yeah.
And patterns within that as well.
Oh, yes.
Use the stencil, pattern stamp, floral stamps that I've brought out. Going to look gorgeous. So you've got the two, this is in one set. But if you get the deal, you're going to get them all anyway. So you've got the flying owl, but you've got the negative and the positive. And you've seen how that works. The hare, you've got the wolf, the howling wolf there, and then the wolf's head, which could also just be a family dog. It could be a domesticated pet. Then you've got your two
Stamp sets.
scene stamps here with the foreground. So this is very much in the foreground because the grasses and the trees are going to be distant, obviously, because trees are bigger than grass, but you're going to put them further back on the card so it looks like you're looking through. So, for example, you can stamp this whole scene, put the grasses in front, and it looks like you're walking and you're looking through the grasses to everything that's beyond there with really nice wording to go with them. And then you've got the other one where you've got the distant mountains, again, foreground elements, your mid trees, you've got the moon and the clouds or the sun and the clouds in this as well. But obviously you're going to want to mix and match between the two sets, which is why if you're just buying one or the other, you know, to be honest, I just fit what was going to work on each set. They were all drawn at the same time because I wanted you to have them all if you could at the same time. And then you're going to make things like this or this.
Incredible.
Or that.
Oh.
Look at the colours in that. How about that? Look at this one. How gorgeous is that?
That's just
and look
beautiful.
at how limited the colour palette is.
Yeah.
So you've got two colours in there, but look at how stunning that looks. If you want to use a few more colours, and again, that foreground grasses after you've coloured the little hair in. If you want to go full colour like Julie has here, she's used the positive and the negative to colour that out there. I love this next one. Let me show you this one here with it. Look at the colours in there as well. Beautiful. But then again, a limited colour palette, but look at how stunning that looks. What a gorgeous winter card that would be. We've got full colour here. These are ones that you haven't seen yet, these samples. So we showed you different ones at the start of the show. But then also, fabulous. But look at how simple that one is, but how good that looks.
Can you show that one as well? Because this is on my stand. Because there's the wolf howling within the wolf there.
Exactly. So that messes with your head, doesn't it? Look at this. Who's this? This is Julie. So what Julie's done, let me show you, just to explain. She's used the wolf, that wolf there, facing the other way, to ink, to put her stamps in. But she's also used this guy to mask inside, and then before she stamped it.
That's so clever.
She's used double mask. Whoa.
Clever.
How good is that? Absolutely stunning. So, yeah, and you can just keep playing.
What a collection, what a show. Absolutely love this, and I know you guys have too. If you haven't yet ordered, quick sticks on the showstopper, and of course we've got more of the stock available on the collection, but I think still over 40%, heading towards half the stock of that has gone. Thanks for the comments, everybody. Thank you for all the positivity. Well done to our winner of these two items. We are giving these away to Selena Locke. Congratulations, Selena. Those little sets, they're from the kitchen collection, so you've got some stamps and dies there you can have a little play with. If you message us, Selena, ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, we will get those sent out to you. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for all the lovely, lovely comments coming through. We will be back tonight live at 5 for Friday Night Live, officially your joint favourite show here on the channel. So we've got lots of fun coming up for you later, games to play, we've got prizes to be won. I would imagine we'll be probably looking at this a little bit more with Sheena as well over the course of that show. But Sheena, thank you for a brilliant show. Thoroughly enjoyed that. It's flown over that, hasn't it?
Hasn't it? It absolutely has flown. You know what? We've barely scratched the surface. It was so easy. None of this was planned, by the way.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
I have a plan and I don't bother with it. But so that just shows how much fun you can have just playing.
She went off on many tangents, but make sure you save this show. If you've bought the collection, then save this show. It's certainly going to be one that you will come back to time and time and time again. Big thank you to the team. Keep checking out your basket. Opportunity now to do that. Now the show is coming to a close. And don't forget, whilst you are on the website, if you're looking for some even better deals, you've got our outlet sale, which continues, and some great deals within the Christmas sale section on the website too. All, of course, with your double points, don't forget. So do keep shopping. Thanks for watching, and from me and Sheena for now, we'll see you later.